Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Somebody asked me if I would do a pick a card reading about moving on and about kind of, moving on from the past, especially with the eclipse that we just went through. It's very symbolic of, the universe helping us to release things that no longer belong there and helping us to move on. I heard a very interesting thing this morning that spiders actually take down their webs before the solar eclipse and rebuild it after the eclipse. So I thought that was really fascinating. So yeah, I wanted to come on. This is just going to be a mini pick a card reading about moving forward and what's awaiting you. And I have a few oracle decks that we'll be using, which I will show you the books of when we're actually getting the cards. But yeah, we have two piles to choose from. Two little pandas. I had to prop this panda up so that you could see him, because otherwise you could just see the top of his head because he does sit upright. So he's chilling on a rune right now. But pile number one, you have this panda. Isn't he cute? And he sits like that. But like I said, you could only see the top of his head if I did that. Hopefully he doesn't roll away. No, stop it. Don't roll away. There you go. And pile number two, we have this little panda who's chilling out, waiting for his abundance to come in. He reminds me of, in my panda deck, the Nine of Cups shows a panda sitting like this, kind of enjoying all the blessings that life has to offer. So yeah, if you need a minute to sit with the energy of the pandas, there they are. I will leave the three of you alone. And I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile one, and welcome to your reading if you chose this adorable little panda. This is going to be a reading about moving forward, whatever that means to you. And I randomly chose a rune to stick under that panda so that you could see him in the pile selection. So I kind of feel called to see what rune this is. Just give me a moment. Oh, here it is right here. We have the bull. Oh, beautiful. The powerful bull stands strong and unyielding, and obstacles fall away before his confidence and strength. He possesses a deep calm as fear has no place in his heart. He is absolutely certain of his own solidly grounded might. A bull, when encountered in your path, is a significant obstacle. Your ruse, is a rune of untamed power that is neither owned nor controlled. In a reading, it brings a message of strength, courage, and overcoming all that stands in your way. A primal life force, it indicates a time of great energy and health. Business ventures and speculations are successful. There is a sudden breakthrough, even when all seems lost. How interesting! Because we're talking about moving forward. Sudden or unexpected changes occur, usually for the better. Your ruse, represents a shaping of power and patterns and the formulation of the self. This is amazing. So it could be that, you're leaving behind patterns that no longer serve you, thought behaviors, your reactions, the way you deal with conflict, things like that. Untamed power, the bull. I'm seeing my Tauruses. So that's interesting how that happened. So I'm going to get you the books that we're using. I have books and animals everywhere. So today we're going to, I shuffled out a card from each of these decks. We have the Healing Heart Oracle, Love Letters to Your Soul. We have Earth and Bone, honoring the concepts of rebirth and transformation. I thought it would be a good one since we're talking about moving on. And we have Messages from Your Higher Self. So those are the books. Let's get your cards, which are right here. So Messages from Your Higher Self. First we have leave your usual social circles behind. Yes. So we have 9. So leaving your usual social circles behind, you could be evolving out of your friendships. You could be realizing that the people that you socialize with Perhaps, especially if you're spiritually evolving, perhaps your interests and your similarities no longer align. Perhaps the energies are now different and you're finding it harder to relate to them. It could be that you have some lower vibrational people in your life that you need to leave behind or move forward from. It says seek out true companions. And 9 is the energy of your own soul path, choosing yourself, you know, learning who you are, finding confidence in yourself, and then attracting the same type of people in. My ears are ringing. We have divinely connected heart, meet your karma, 34. And that rune talks about breaking patterns. So it could be that you are facing karma right now. You are facing, you could be breaking karmic patterns, karmic cycles. Perhaps you're leaving a karmic in the past. That can be family as well. It can be friends. Friends can be karmics. Coworkers can be karmics. A karmic is someone who's supposed to teach us a lesson, you know? And it says, meet your karma, divinely connected heart. So perhaps you are outgrowing and evolving the people that you're around right now, and maybe that's what you're moving on from. Whatever it is, it's divinely guided. Whatever you're moving on from, divinely guided. 34, Emperor and Empress energy. You could be someone who is learning how to balance your feminine and masculine energies in order to move forward yourself. We have beloved, 24, love, reciprocity, intertwinement. So this card can be about you improving the relationship with yourself, so that you can find true companions who deserve your time and energy and deserve your beautiful heart. So yeah, let's just jump right in. I'm going to make sure that's straight. It's straight enough. And we'll go with this one. It's 1141 here in the morning. That could be symbolic to someone. That's a lot of 4s and 1s. Leave your usual social circles behind. So your power animal or the sign, a sign for you that you're on the right path in the next 21 days could be a fox. I always say this with foxies, you could have red hair. Be aware of who your helpers are and bless the shared connection. Your true helpers have long been your soul's companions. They are always ready to guide, shape, and support your progress on the path to becoming a higher being, your higher self. You have known them for millions of years. They are not the so-called friends who may tell you what you want to hear, yet in reality have nothing to give you, but rather they are people who may well irritate or make you feel uncomfortable in some way. Karmics, what were we just talking about? Recognize and appreciate the worth of those people. They can teach you many lessons in life. Your helpers are also those who have fought for you and want to protect you, even though you may not have listened to them. Your helpers are people, animals, and other beings. Be open to every world. You are following the path of mastery, and those who can teach you are all around you. You have come a long way, met many helpers, and learned, or indeed not learned, many lessons. You have drawn this card in order to let one of your teachers go. You are to outgrow him or her. Look at all the aspects of your relationship. What do you need to learn? This card reveals that the time has come to break away from your usual circle of friends and acquaintances and invite new companions into your life. Be brave and recognize that breaking off contact must be complete or not at all. There is no halfway house in this respect. So, you know, for some of you, you came here wondering if you should let someone go, and this card is saying it's time to let someone go. Is it the person you came here thinking about? I'm not sure. That's going to be up to you. It does say, so like circle of friends, a friend, an acquaintance. You know, for some of you, it could be love. Take it as it resonates. I'm not here to trigger anyone. But it feels Like you could be someone who's starting to see the lesson in every relationship in your life, you know, and it could be that you're coming across karmic partners and tests and you're passing them. You know, we have this divinely connected heart, meet your karma. So take it as it resonates, my friend. And it says breaking off must be complete or not at all. I can use myself as an example. When I realized that I was outgrowing the family that I came from, I realized that it was a very toxic relationship I had with my family. I tried for a long time to do the thing where, well, we just won't talk about those things. We'll just pretend like everything's okay. And it was unfulfilling, and it brought me down. And in the end, I had to go no contact with my family. So anyway, whatever that means to you, you know, maybe you have someone in your energy who it's time to let go of them, whether that be a coworker, a friend, you know, whoever that is to you. For some of you, it could be someone who is unavailable, you know. I'm feeling called to read something to you here. Hang on. I don't know what it is. I'm just being called to go to this section of the book. What is it that my guides are trying to get me to read to you? Hang on. This one, you were so distant, I forgot you were there at all. So maybe you have someone distant in your life. Like I said, my guides just told me to go to this section. I feel the need to read you this one. I always get myself into this mess. I always let him tell me I am beautiful and half believe it. I always jump thinking he will catch me at the fall. I am hopelessly a lover, a dreamer, and that will be the death of me. There's something in here that my guides are wanting me to read to you, but I just don't know what it is. Just give me a moment. This is what channeling looks like. It's like my guides are like, keep going. What is it? Please, Spirit, what is it? Okay, this is it. The thing worth holding on to would not have let go. That's what it was that my guides wanted me to read you. The thing worth holding on to would have not let go. So you could have been holding on to something that let go of you. It doesn't have to be a love. It could be... Sorry, my guides are just saying make sure that's the one. There's another quote that my guides want me to read for you, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I apologize for this. It could be in the... I'm so sorry. My guides are being... It must be in healing. Yeah, it is. Do not bother holding on to the thing that does not want you. You cannot make it stay. That was the one. My guides, geez, I'm sorry. So it could be that you're holding on to a friendship that you're just hoping that it gets better, you know, however that resonates to you. 24, Beloved. And this deck is about rebirth and transformation, which is why I picked it. So it's on page 60, Lover's Energy. Spirit is pleading with you to learn to love yourself as much as you are loved by others. In the spiritual realm, your guides love you unconditionally. Allow yourself to discover and create your own sense of authenticity. You're still in the process of learning. You're eliminating fears and obstacles, and by doing so, you'll be able to teach people about their own lives while also learning the truth about the other side. You have so much to give in terms of love. Give it freely. Your mission is to investigate every complex channel of your existence and learn everything you can. With the awareness of your purpose, you bring healing to so many people who are saddened because they are experiencing exactly what you are, suppression and fear of being true to themselves. In the meantime, learn as much as you can and experience exactly what you want. Do what you love, and it will lead you to where you need to go. Spirit is saying they always have your back. You will always have enough. Do not act out of fear. Let go and trust that the path is designed for so much abundance. Trust it, follow it. Give others a reason to be true to themselves. Set a standard of living by example through love, by accepting everyone without judgment, including yourself. You teach the art of authenticity. No one is perfect and no one is less. No one is better or more right. No one is any more important than anyone else. I embrace, accept, and reciprocate the love that is bestowed upon me from the universe. So it could be, you know, Spirit is telling you to get in touch with yourself, to have a relationship with yourself, to do the things that make you happy. I also feel, because we're talking about moving on from people who don't reciprocate your energy, who don't reciprocate your love. You can drain your cup. You can drain a bit of your soul when you overgive before loving yourself. Once you love yourself, it's, you know, you can, like this card said, give freely. But when you don't yet love yourself, you could still be looking for someone else to fill up your cup, and Spirit's saying, you know, if you're someone who gives in hopes that it will make that person stay, if you're holding on to someone or something out of fear of being alone, Spirit's saying to let go. If you have fear, like I'm also seeing letting go of your own fear of being seen and being yourself. It feels like Spirit's telling you to let go of the old version of yourself, to be authentically yourself. Say what you want to say. Do the things you want to do. If you want to laugh, laugh. If you want to be silly and dance in public, do it. If you want to start your own channel and speak your authentic truth, do it. Don't let the fear of judgment hold you back. That's one thing that you should be letting go of right now. For some of you, I do see that maybe you're releasing someone here. And a message from your higher self. I mean, this is love letters to your soul. So this is a message, you know, from your highest self to your soul, to your heart. Meet your karma. Dear heart, when you connect to the inner source of love and listen to your deeper wisdom, life flows with ease and grace. Sublime energy envelops you, and you start to have access to super sensible insights. In order to keep filling your inner cup, what were we just talking about? Learning how to fill your own inner cup. And then once that's filled, you can give freely to others. But you need to learn how to give to yourself first. You know, if you're someone who gives and gives to people who don't reciprocate it, there's a message in there that you need to learn how to love yourself anyway. Because if someone can't reciprocate it, it seems like they're not capable of loving either in a way. And that's what you're attracting in, right? Because maybe you don't love yourself, so you feel like you have to overgive to earn love. Does that make sense? I'm seeing Queen of Cups. In order to keep filling your inner cup, you need to give more time to meditate on higher worlds and develop a deeper connection with your guardian angel. Just as you hold karmic threads of destiny in your hand, so do your angels and other exalted beings, guiding you towards higher wisdom and evolution. The more you learn about your spiritual home, the more clarity you will have on how everything is connected, including the difficult experiences that appear in your life. After all, when you are divinely connected, my dear heart, you understand that spirit is eternal and has been through many earthly lives. Thus, there are karmic relationships that I must be able to face and work with in a new, more healing way than I may have done previously. I urge you to embark on a spiritual quest, my divinely connected heart, so that together we can meet our karma with love, grace, and wisdom. So you could be someone who, you know, maybe you do need to release someone who served a karmic purpose and is done. You know, sometimes, like, there's a friend that I lost that was clearly in my life for a lesson, but it didn't stop me from obsessing over it and wondering if it didn't stop me from holding on to that connection for a very long time energetically, believing that I could fix it. My dogs are freaking out momentarily. Maybe you're freaking out at the thought of letting someone go. Please stop, dogs. I think someone's letting them out. And that, you know, if you have fear of letting someone go, that should tell you something. That should tell you something. And I don't mean that that person is meant to be there. If you have a fear of letting them go, that means you have possibly an attachment to that person, you know? I'm seeing friends and family here, but for some of you, you could resonate with love. I'm going to leave that up to you, okay? All right, so let's get into your tarot to get some answers here. Oh, there's someone outside. That's why they're barking. I don't know what that is. Someone is outside talking. So moving forward, this tarot spread is to help you move forward and release what no longer serves you. So let's see what's happening, my friends. We'll have a shuffle. We have the 10 of Cups. So it could have been something that, you know, you wanted that emotional fulfillment, but maybe it never came. You know, 10 of Cups could be family relationships. All right, so let's see. I'm waiting until I get tarot to start speaking or start channeling. We have the Sun on the bottom. So seriously, releasing what no longer serves you, focusing on what makes you happy, healing, you know, beautiful. The Sun is such a healing energy. So I feel like whatever you're letting go, it's propelling you into a more healing energy. That's really weird. Some random person just came to our door, like not a courier. I don't know what that's about. How should you start the process of moving forward? How should you start the process of moving forward? We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. And the 5 of Swords in reverse is about forgiving yourself for your self-sabotaging tendencies. This is, you know, the process of moving forward. This actually talks about releasing old patterns, releasing, you know, bad reactions, releasing, how can I explain this? The 5 of Swords in the upright symbolizes, you know, the way we self-sabotage connections, the way we lash out at other people because the way we were raised. A lot of it happens subconsciously. And through healing, you become conscious of those self-sabotaging behaviors. You become conscious of the way that you react to people, the way you react to rejection. You start to notice your own wounds, you know, wounds caused by other people. by the way you were raised, by the things that society has told you. So Five of Swords in reverse talks about releasing those, you know, shining a light, the sun, shining a light on those shadows, shining a light on those self-sabotaging tendencies and healing them once and for all, you know. Five of Swords can sometimes symbolize, you know, you leaving someone in the past who, you know, sometimes you see someone walking away from people in the background with swords, and it can be very symbolic of, you know, releasing toxic, manipulative people from your life, you know? So if you have anyone who projects onto you, or who is manipulative, or who sabotages connections with you, or is always looking for a fight, you know, that's lower vibrational energy. That's someone you need to release. We also have Four of Pentacles on the bottom. And Four of Pentacles on the bottom, that's like a fear of being alone. So if you have a fear of being alone, what is the saying? Our ego often resists what our higher self knows. And if you are afraid of being alone, your higher self knows something that you don't. It's like your intuition is trying to tell you, you shouldn't be afraid to be alone. You shouldn't be afraid to cut that friend out and have no friends. You shouldn't be afraid to move on from your family, move on from a bad connection, because your higher self knows. Like I said, if you are struck by fear at the thought of being alone, your higher self is trying to tell you, your ego is even trying to tell you, that you need to learn how to love yourself so that you don't have that fear of being alone, which is what that Beloved card is talking about. So yeah, Four of Pentacles, fear of being alone. I was someone who was afraid of being alone. And I used to get really triggered by tarot readers who would talk about this kind of stuff to the point where I would like block them. Like I didn't want to hear it. And like I said, sometimes the things we fear are the things we need to learn about. So if you have a fear of being alone, or a fear of breaking away from lower vibrational energy, there's a reason. It's because you need to. All right, which emotions do I have to fully feel before letting go? So what emotions do you need to feel before letting go? We have Death and we have Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords is, first of all, you have to feel the emotions of an ending here. You have to feel the emotions of, you know, if you're someone who's releasing past patterns, for example, so that you can move forward into healthier relationships, you need to acknowledge that you had those patterns. You need to look at how you can change and transform them. You need to forgive yourself for having them in the first place. There seems to come a lot of shame with some people when someone says, hey, here's your shadows. There seems to be this sense of shame, and their ego is immediately triggered and they react and they fight because there's lessons that they need to learn there. And their ego's like, whoa, wait a minute. We don't need to learn those lessons. In order to heal those patterns and cycles, there's an oil truck going by. We have to acknowledge them, feel them, and forgive ourselves for them and transform them into something different. So, you know, if you had an ending here, or you have patterns that you're trying to break away from, you need to feel the emotions of them. You know, if you're someone who had an ending with someone and you're like, I'm fine, I don't need that friend, I'll be fine. You know, like I said about my friend, I went on a very long time not wanting to admit that that connection, that friendship was over and was never going to resurface. I always thought it would resurface, and it didn't. And I needed to feel that and mourn it. before I could let it go. Does that make sense? So there's maybe, you know, a death that you have to mourn here. There's an ending you have to mourn here. The end of the past version of yourself. You know, maybe you're someone who has to let your old self go. Evolution is messy. Eight of Swords. What emotions do you have to fully feel before letting go? You could imprison yourself in some ways. You could, there may be some trauma that you have to feel, you know? Eight of Swords represents trauma that can be healed. So you may have traumas that you need to look at and heal from that affect the way you react in relationships and the way you sabotage relationships. Eight of Swords is a mental prison as well. So anything you're overthinking about, you know, you really have to dig deep and dissect that. Why am I overthinking about it? And feel it and let it go. It could be that you are about to go through a dark night of the soul with Eight of Swords. Perhaps you need to go through that and really feel that. You know, dark night of the soul can go on for a while. It can be very emotional. It can be very confusing. It can be a dark time. What else with the Eight of Swords? I'm just going to grab my book. Hang on. So I'm just going to read. It's fear. It's you got to work through your fear. It's a lot of fear here. Fear of possibly being alone. Fear of an ending. Fear of, you know, letting someone go and then never coming back. I will tell you, what's meant for you will never pass you by. So even if you are releasing someone you really care about, if they're meant for you, they will come back. But you have to release them. Like I said with that friend, I held on to that friend for a very long time before I finally realized that they're not coming back and that I have to let them go energetically. So some of the things we have that you may have to work through is a prison of self-imposed thoughts. You could have handed your power over to someone else. You know, you could have allowed someone to walk all over you. You could have allowed someone, a karmic, you know, to repeat a lesson on you that you thought you had changed. And you need to work through that, you know. If you feel like you've got taken advantage of someone, you know, you need to work through that emotion and release it and forgive yourself for being taken advantage of because it wasn't your fault. It does talk about fear of job changes. So it could be that you're having to release an old job. And Spirit's saying there's something very heavily rooted in fear here. Fear of being alone, fear of letting go of the wrong person, fear of letting go and never having them come back, however it's resonating with you. What is influencing your decisions right now? We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Oh my goodness. So for some of you, what could be affecting your decisions right now is you could be dealing, I'm just going to say it, you could be dealing with a runner. Knight of Wands, you could be dealing with a runner. And it could be that you are, you know, this is very specific, don't make it fit. Queen of Pentacles, you know, you could be someone who's very stubborn and doesn't want to let this runner go. And perhaps it is time to let this runner go. Like I said, if someone is meant for you, they will come back for you. It could be that you have someone who's not reciprocating love, or you had someone who didn't reciprocate love in the way that you gave. And you deserve that reciprocation. The good thing about the Queen of Pentacles, like, first of all, you could be a little stubborn. The Queen of Pentacles, you could be a little stubborn. And sometimes the Queen of Pentacles, she's either all in or all out. So it could be that this is someone or something that you're determined to make it work. You're determined. You don't want to let it go, you know? You could have a bit of stubborn energy here with the Queen of Pentacles. And I think their Spirit's saying there's a need to kind of release control over this situation. The good side of the Queen of Pentacles for what's supporting something that is influencing your current decisions in a good way is that the Queen of Pentacles is very grounded, you know. You could be learning how to nurture yourself and making decisions from a place of nurturing yourself and honoring yourself and protecting your own energy. Another thing that could be supporting some of your decision making could be, I'm hearing, a mother wound. So you could have a mother wound you need to look at, or maybe you have an overpowering or overbearing parent who you aren't aligned with, you know, that is supporting some of the decisions you're making. A quality that you possess that gives you strength. Let's go. We have the Seven of Cups. So you, my friend, are a dreamer. Seven of Cups. A quality that you possess that gives you strength. You are a dreamer. You know, a quality that you possess that gives you strength. I feel like you are able to see options in everything. You're not someone who, I just feel like you're someone who, even on a hard day or even when something bad happens, you know, you meet it with strength. Remember this card, you take it head on, you know, you charge into that obstruction. What am I trying to say here? A quality you possess that will give you strength. We also have the Page of Swords on the bottom. So your ability to communicate, your ability to learn about yourself, your ability to look at yourself and learn about your own patterns. Communication. You may have a very unique way of communicating. Seven of Cups. This is, the Seven of Cups is, listen to these crows. I just feel like this Seven of Cups, if you look at this person, when one door closes, another one opens. And I feel like when you're in a high vibration, that's exactly how you look at life. You look at how certain situations, certain experiences open doors. Like sometimes a door closes and another one opens. I feel like you're good at seeing the possibility in a closing door being, you know, bringing something else to your life. I just want to look at the Seven of Cups here. These crows, my goodness, they are here for you, my friend. Yeah. Did you hear that crow? Yeah. Interesting. A quality that you possess that will give you strength. I need to get another one. You could be really good at, what I'm seeing in this book is you could be really good at evaluating situations and seeing them for what they are. Perhaps you can see through BS, I'm hearing. It also could be that, you know, you have, for some of you, you may have lots of options in your life. You know, you may be open to new experiences, new opportunities, and that's working really well for you is what I'm hearing. I want to get one more for this one. A quality you possess that will give you strength. Okay, Knight of Swords. Beautiful. You're not afraid to go after what you want. Nine of Pentacles. This is what you're working towards. Stability. So you do have this within you, this independent, stable energy. And maybe you don't know you possess this quality yet. Maybe that's why your ego gets so scared when Spirit's like, you need to learn how to love yourself and not be afraid to be alone. Your ego's like, ooh, I know that their higher self knows that. Ooh. So even if you don't know you possess this quality, you do. you know, this is groundedness. This is knowing your true self. It's beautiful. And maybe you're not there yet, you know, but this is a quality that's going to help you. Once you start looking at it, your relationship with yourself will only improve. Knight of Swords. Ambition, strength, and determination to succeed. And that's what I was seeing with the Seven of Cups. It's like, well, that door's shut. Well, I'll check out this door. Like, it feels like you have this energy of, I'm going to keep moving forward no matter what obstacle gets in my way. This may not be the last time this may not be the first time you had to leave someone behind because you outgrew them, you know, energetically, spiritually. Beautiful. Getting things done, focusing on career. So you could be very focused on your career right now. Maybe you have this super strength of being able to focus on your career and harness that, channel that energy into work. That only becomes bad if you're neglecting healing, right? If you're distracting yourself with work. But some people can really harness that energy and channel it into their work. Interesting. Making big moves. So maybe you're someone who's not afraid to make big moves when you need to. I could be talking to someone who's like, yeah, I know that thing doesn't work for me. I'm already leaving it behind, Kelly. Most important lesson you will learn from this experience. What is the most important lesson you are learning? Very interesting. The most important lesson you are learning, I think, is it feels like you're going to have clarity about your own worth from this experience. You're going to have a breakthrough moment. I'm seeing hermit energy with this, just because we see the cave and the shining light very similar to the hermit card. And I feel like you're going to learn something about yourself through this. You're about to have some type of breakthrough. Let's look at this Ace of Swords. What is the most important lesson you will learn from this? What does the Ace of Swords say? A breakthrough moment. The sword symbolizes truth and intellect and gives the ability to cut through deception. So the most important lesson you will learn from this, cutting through deception, that's very interesting. Being able to see the truth in situations, being able to see things clearly, clear vision, you know, very interesting. Cut through deception. You're going to be able to, you know, you're looking at your patterns and I think I said it earlier, it's almost like as you heal and evolve, you're able to see when others are acting from a place of Five of Swords energy, and you can cut through that deception. You know it doesn't have anything to do with you. Beautiful. It brings new points of view, new possibilities, new information, new truth, and new beginnings. So you have, from this experience, whatever you're leaving behind, new possibilities, new information, new truth, new beginnings. After this, the lesson that you're learning from this experience, facing problems honestly. And what were we talking about? About reflecting on your own patterns, being really honest with yourself. Now there's a gray car sitting outside. What is happening? I am not having a party. Go away. I do not like visitors. So there you go. Being able to cut through deception, being able to see the truth in situations, in truth in other people's, like when other people are operating from a place of confusion and a place of lower vibrational energy, you're going to be able to see through that. And we have the Magician. So you're going to possibly learn how to manifest. Let's look at this Magician before we move on. The Magician symbolizes the ability to manifest and create with the elements. Infinite possibilities of creation. Remember that you are powerful. So you're going to learn your own power through this experience. Listen to this. Creating opportunities for love, being proactive, harnessing career opportunities, determination and drive, Knight of Swords. Beautiful. Beautiful. Where is the wind taking you next? Where is the wind taking you next? We have the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords. This is interesting, my friends. What's really interesting is this is where is the wind taking me next? And we see you moving into calmer waters, Six of Swords, you know? The Six of Swords is like this guy's on a boat and the wind is taking him where he needs to be. So it feels like for some of you, you're moving on from someone. You're moving on from someone. And you're moving into calmer waters. You're moving away from things that no longer serve you, like we talked about. I feel like you're no longer going to feel fear of being alone. You're no longer going to feel that fear of rejection. Five of Pentacles is, you know, a very isolated feeling, and we see you moving on from that. So perhaps, you know, you find yourself, you release someone, find yourself, and, you know, it takes you into calmer waters. It points you towards someone new. For some of you, you could be, there's a very clear message here. Some of you, you know, you're about to meet a soulmate. You're about to meet someone who you can collaborate with. We have the Six of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. And that shows, you know, I see you meeting like-minded individuals and meeting a soulmate for some of you. And perhaps you needed to leave your family, a friend, someone in the past in order to move towards this. Three of Pentacles is collaboration. Like I said, you meeting like-minded individuals, people you have things in common with. This can symbolize a special connection at work. You know, it could be that your work brings you to some sort of soulmate connection. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. And, you know, Six of Swords shows you sailing into calmer waters, you moving on away from this lower vibrational energy that you're trying to leave behind, which is, you know, this whole reading was about moving forward, and that's exactly what you're doing. For some of you, you'll know if it resonates because this is what your higher self wants. For some of you, I see you reconnecting with a soul connection from your past. And perhaps you had to lose them to love yourself, like that song said. Perhaps you needed to lose each other in order to both change and grow so that you could come back together and work together. Like I said, your intuition, your higher self knows what it is that you want here. Your higher self knows if I'm talking about someone you feel that soul connection with. This is reconciliation, working things out with the past person. But perhaps you need to find yourself first. You know, Six of Swords can also talk about reconnection with a past person that you've disconnected with. So it could be, you know, like I said, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it was meant to be. Like I said about my friend, you know, this looks like to me someone coming back wanting to work things out. But if that doesn't resonate with you, I'm seeing a soulmate through collaboration, through meeting like-minded individuals here, people that you get along with, people you can work with, collaboration. So that was the last card we were getting. This also, you know, points to childhood wounding. There's some images you see a person with a child in a boat in the Six of Swords, and it can represent, you know, picking up your inner child and taking them away from that bad situation. So for some of you, I'm seeing childhood wounding being healed through letting go. We have Six of Cups, which is, you know, healing those childhood wounds. leaving the wounds, the Five of Swords energy that no longer serves you in the past and moving forward. Take it as it resonates. So I am going to get advice for you from this fun little affirmation deck. Advice for pile 1. We have manifestation. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy. You are holding a magic wand and you can conjure up anything. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make it happen? Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting, but don't use that word if you don't want to. And it's interesting because your most important lesson from this was that you can manifest anything you desire, the Magician. So it's interesting that the manifestation card is coming out. We have gentleness. I speak with gentleness. Five of Swords energy, learning how to harness those swords that have kept you safe your entire life. But now, you know, they're self-sabotaging your connections. I speak with gentleness and I listen with gentleness. I align with the gentlest part of myself and I take joy in being receptive, open, and unafraid. I am like a baby deer who's best friends with a baby elephant. The baby elephant wraps its trunk around my shoulders and we lie down gently on the grass, daydreaming and talking about what sort of humans the clouds look like. That is so cute. Because we talk about how they look like animals. That's so cute. Let's get one more. We have positive thinking. In the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts. There's actually one there that I want to take. In the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy seeds by the handful if I want, and I take a lawnmower to that jealousy and resentment patch. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener. And also with it, we have judgment, which I felt called to take. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it to my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? Your inner critic, the little ego monster. Your Five of Swords. All right. Do I want to get anything else? I think I do. I think I want to get a couple of... You know what? I want to get a number card for you. I'm feeling called to the number deck. The angel number deck. So what angel numbers do you need to see, pile 1? We have 303, forgive. You know, forgive yourself. We were talking about that. Forgive yourself for holding on to things that didn't want you. And we have 11, awaken. So we'll take those two. Actually, I'm going to take the bottom as well. And that way we have a nice even number. So we have 303, 111, and 11. 11, sorry. 303. When your inner sanctuary is a mess, it impacts every other part of your life. Prioritize your inner peace. Find a way to clean out those dusty, dark corners within, whether that's meditation, journaling, or talking it out. Air out any old grudges or just let them go. This is a reminder that the past is the past. You don't need to live there anymore. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. It may not be easy, but it's always worth it. So maybe forgiving people from your past and releasing them, forgiving yourself, like we were talking about. Cultivating your inner peace, being intentional with your words and actions, healing old wounds, forgiveness, letting go of toxic anger and judgments. And we have 11. Align your values with your goals. This is a reminder that you are a powerful cosmic being, capable of incredible growth and vibrancy. Are you living a purposeful life? Are your actions in alignment with your higher self? Never forget, you alone hold the keys to your future. In the upright, discovering your true self, spiritual awakening within yourself, recognizing and accepting your gut feelings, seeking your life's purpose. Beautiful. Getting in touch with yourself, the Beloved card. And we have 1111, 1111. Opportunities are soaring in your direction. Doors are being flung wide open. The Seven of Cups, the door opening. The time is now. This is a call to vibrate at a higher frequency. If you've been feeling defeated or hopeless, your angels are urging you to shift your perspective. Don't be too surprised if you experience some eye-opening epiphanies. Even the smallest changes can make enormous ripples in your future. Tune into the abundance in both your mind and actions. Whenever you see this number, make a wish. Turn your entire being towards achieving that goal and watch the universe send you everything you need. Beautiful. Manifesting your desires, attracting surprising new opportunities, Ace of Swords. A call to action to make your wishes a reality, shifting to an abundant mindset, intentionally living. Beautiful. So pile 1, that was your reading. I hope it resonated. It's not one I've ever done. But anyway, I hope it resonated and I will talk to you guys soon. I love you. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Drink some water. And I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this cute little panda who's waiting for his abundance to come in, this is going to be your reading about moving forward, whatever that is to you. For pile 1, I actually had a rune that I had randomly picked to lean the panda bear against. And I actually looked up what that rune meant. So I'm going to do the same for you. I'm going to choose a random rune. And then that's not it. And then I'm gonna get the book. Oh dear, I've set it down. Why do I do this to myself? There it is. It's just a little bitty book. So we have, I'm still learning runes. We have, I have to find you the right one. Is this like the last rune? We have the seahorse. Very interesting. The seahorse. There could be some type of toxicity you have to release. I'm going to read the whole thing, but in reverse, it does mention toxicity. So it could be that you're having to release something toxic, you know, but I'm going to read the whole thing. Floating in the great waters, this tiny seahorse feels the currents, ebbs and flows. In this great universal ocean of life and in her softly shifting dream state, she knows that unity of all life and the connection that flows through past, present, and future. In her world, water is everywhere, pervading all things, the living energy source of everything. She is a symbol of the unconscious, of invisible life forces, the dream state, and hidden aspects of the self. Legus is a powerful rune in the way water is powerful, fluid, and ever-changing. It calls you to release the struggle and go with the flow. Spend time in meditation and allow your deeper intuitive state to speak and guide you. It reminds you that on life's journey, not all can be controlled, and change is the only constant. Without change, life becomes stagnant. So it sounds like you're going through some type of change, you know? Moving forward through some type of change. So let's have a look at your oracle cards. I'll show you the decks I'm using in case you're interested in them. So we have the Soul Helper Oracle, messages from your higher self. We have Earthbone Oracle, honoring the concepts of rebirth and transformation. And we have Healing Heart Oracle, Love Letters to Your Soul. So I thought those would be good cards to get for you today. So let's see what we have. I'll just put these over here. So the first card out, we have Conjurer, Higher Self, Fertility, Creativity. And so it could be that you're moving forward towards a creative endeavor, towards your highest self, maybe towards your soul path. I think on the bottom of your tarot deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Let me check. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. So it could be 7. Yes, you're moving towards, possibly your soul calling. Maybe what you're leaving behind is your day job, you know? Maybe what you're leaving behind is your former self. I'm seeing Eight of Cups, you know, leaving your old self behind. I will read these cards. 31. We have Resilient Heart. It's time to rebuild. So there's this energy of renewal here. You moving towards a renewal, maybe within yourself, or, you know, you're focusing on your soul path. Maybe it's with a person, but I don't know about that. We have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. 28. So very interesting energy here, my friends. So we're going to read these, and then we're going to get tarot about how to move forward. And there's 6 questions, I think, that we'll ask. And then I'll get some number cards for you. So the Conjurer, 31. It is equaling Emperor energy. It's also Empress energy and Magician energy. It's on page 77. You have the power. Take comfort in the fact that you have complete control over anything you want and that you must change inwardly before you can see it externally. And your rune talked about change and how change is the only constant. So definitely you're going through change. You are the vessel and the instrument of the Creator, capable of manifesting everything you desire. Thus, this transformation begins with you and is carried out by the exterior universe, aligning itself to fit your needs. This is what you are the creator of your universe means. You have the advantage. However, to seek out the change you desire, you must see the energy and entities that can assist you as external in order to become aware and recognize that change is required and that you will not change unless you consent to the influence. It is all within you. There is a universe within you, and each reality is different and unique because each person is different and unique. When you engage with entities apart from yourself and acknowledge that they have their own essence, you operate with a better understanding and capability of influencing energy. Your affirmation: I am part of the universe. I am at one with the universe. I am divine intelligence. I am creating my life according to my dominant beliefs. Beautiful. So we see you moving on towards creation, on towards freeing yourself from perhaps your old self. Beautiful. And let's read Have the Courage to Be Free, 28. So a lynx, if you see a lynx in the next 21 days, that's a sign that you're on the right path. What does freedom mean to you? Where do you think it lies? What do you think can be found in money, power, recognition, or enlightenment? Freedom commences where desire ceases. Freedom exists only in the present. You cannot plan for it or save it in a freedom piggy bank to make use of it later. Live in the moment and live freely. Freedom is wherever you happen to be. Look around you and seek it out. Invite it in right now, into a moment that is full of potential, including the chance of freedom. Be open to it and use that freedom sometimes to behave a little irrationally or rashly, and perhaps increasingly often. Every now and then it will give you the courage to pick yourself up and smile to yourself at the idea of acting responsibly without wishing in any way to degenerate or disregard common sense, since freedom is magnanimous and can therefore accept everything with ease. When you are free in your own self, you are at one with your life purpose. There's a lot about your life purpose here, my friend. You feel bound to nothing and to no one. It is only then that everything will flow through you freely, and that the perfect light of great potential will find its way to you unchallenged. To be free means to love everything without wishing to understand, without asking for meaning or reward. What will you do now? Hear your soul ask softly, what do you desire? And when you have found your answer, be sure to act upon it and learn that freedom can only be found on the path of truth. So beautiful. You could be, you know, working towards your life purpose here, your higher self. Whatever change you're going through right now, you're about to free yourself, you know, you're about to leave your old self behind and step onto your highest path. For some of you, it very much could be related to your soul purpose, your life path. Some of you may be leaving, you know, your day job behind, I'm hearing. And then we have Healing Heart, 12. Hanged Man energy. It's time to rebuild. See, I think it's interesting that we have this person, like you having the courage to be free. We have this person building something here, 8 of Pentacles and Chariot energy on the bottom of the tarot. You building something, you investing in something. So it could be that, you know, it's time. Well, let's just see what this card says. Dear heart, today I ask you to forgive me for all the times I didn't listen to you. I know that by ignoring your counsel, I put you through heartbreak, pain, distress, confusion, and suffering. There have been moments when you felt shattered, and instead of supporting you, I neglected you and tried everything I could to distract and distance myself from your pain. I know you have felt incredibly lonely and at times rejected and unwanted. You have often wondered what is wrong with you, why you are so different, and whether anyone will ever see you for all that you are. Yet through all the isolation, hurt, betrayal, and abandonment, you still had faith that I would come back to you and that we would rebuild a healthy relationship, a connection that is based on self-love, inner security, acceptance, nourishment, and care. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Very interesting when I was reading that. When I was reading that, I was feeling I'll get back to that. I thank you deeply for being so strong, patient, and available to lead me towards experiencing profound love and destiny, as well as emotional and spiritual growth. I am now willing to heed your wisdom and embrace your intuitive guidance. So it feels like you're really stepping into your higher self, and what you're leaving behind is your old self. Your old thought processes, your old beliefs, possibly your old job. You could be very focused on your life path right now. What's really interesting is I'm having a problem communicating since I read some of this message. And for some of you, you may be releasing someone who you're in a soul connection with, you know, or perhaps you did release them. And like I said, 8 of Pentacles can mean a renewal. And it says it's time to rebuild. So for some of you, it could be that you're releasing someone from your past, who, you know, knew your older self and you're evolving into your higher self. Perhaps it's time, seriously, every time I look at this card, I'm having issues. It could be that, you know, for some of you, you may have to release someone so that someone new could come into your life. And maybe you had to fall in love with your highest self so that this new person could come in. It is possible for some of you that this is a renewal with someone else, because when I was reading this, I almost felt like I was I get this with this book all the time. Like I'm channeling your counterpart or something, because listen to this. There have been moments when you felt shattered, and instead of supporting you, I neglected you and tried everything I could to distract and distance myself from the pain. I know you have felt incredibly lonely and at times rejected and unwanted. You have often wondered what is wrong with you, why you are so different, and whether anyone will ever see you for all that you are. Yet through the isolation, hurt, betrayal, and abandonment, you still had faith that I would come back to you and that we would rebuild a healthy relationship, a connection that is based on self-love, inner security, acceptance, and care. I thank you deeply for being so strong, patient, and available. Like it just screams counterpart energy to me. Like as I was reading it, I felt like I was talking to you from the point of view of your counterpart, you know? And maybe you had to release this person in order to move forward with your life. I feel really called to, this happened to me in my soul tribe reading. This happened to me in pile 1, and now it's happening here. My guides are saying there's a quote in this book or a poem. You need to read these people. Just give me a moment to find it. I have to tell you, it's since the eclipse, I'm more tapped into my spirit guides. And it's interesting because today it's just like, show them that quote in the book. But which one? Just show them. But which one? I know there's images of cups on it. There, nope, light bulbs. See, I didn't even know. I thought it was cups. It's 2 light bulbs. As I was reading this, I felt the need to read you this poem. I do not want to have you to fill the empty parts of me. I want to be full on my own. I want to be so complete I could light a whole city. And then I want to have you, because the 2 of us combined could set it on fire. So, you know, maybe you are leaving behind, like I said, your lower self. You're leaving behind perhaps someone who wasn't ready to grow and evolve with you. And we'll see what that is bringing, my friends. Those are your messages from the oracles. And, you know, like I said, for some of you, 8 of Pentacles can be renewal. And the Chariot and the 3 of Cups. So let's see what this is. As soon as I stopped channeling from your person, hearing your person in my head, my throat is fine. But until I said that, my throat was not fine. So we'll give these a few shuffles. I did shuffle them. Perhaps you're leaving behind conflict, you know? Like that rune said, it may be that you're leaving behind someone who had toxic traits, or there was a toxic environment. You know, maybe you worked somewhere where there was a toxic environment. I also see a very clear message here for those of you who are releasing a counterpart. Let me tell you what I'm seeing. We have the 2 of Swords, so making a decision, choosing a path, you know. For those of you dealing with a counterpart, I'm seeing a very clear message, because the way that I laid out these cards, I didn't even realize it. You know, usually we operate past to future. And the way that I laid them out, we have the courage to be free, freeing yourself, then focusing on your higher self, your own creativity. And then we have it's time to rebuild. So it's almost like for some of you, you may have to let a counterpart go in order to work on yourself, in order to have that renewal. But anyway, let's just see what comes out in tarot. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So we have moving forward. You could feel very stuck right now. 2 of Swords energy. So let's go. How should you start the process of moving forward? We have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is interesting. The Knight of Cups, you know, is about tapping into your intuition. It's about following your heart. For some of you, you know, this is really strange. This is not what I was expecting. Your reading is not what I was expecting. Because I almost feel like there's a spark of rekindling here, and we have truth coming out. Truth falling right on top of the Knight of Cups from the number deck. That is interesting. This is very strange. I'm just going to go with it. I have my book out today. I haven't had my book out in ages. Okay, so how can you move? How should you start the process of moving forward? Like I said, for some of you, you could be wanting to move forward in a renewal, and that's what you're looking for advice here. You could be coming to me after reconnecting with someone. It's time to rebuild. You know, how do we move forward? Anyway, for how you move forward, the Knight of Cups listens to his heart, regardless of whether this is actually a logical choice or not. As a knight, he is also charged with taking the gifts of his suits and bringing it outward into the world. He appears as a messenger, and with him, he carries an invitation or an arrival of something or someone which will benefit you. And it does talk about an offer of love. You know, for how you should start the process of moving forward, we have flirtation, romance, attraction, offer of love, in career, creative solutions, emotional maturity, and tactfulness. And it says, listen to your heart. That's what I mean about following your intuition. Your heart is your intuition. Your heart is your soul. That's where your intuition comes from. So whenever I see the Knight of Cups, it's a call to follow your intuition, even though it doesn't make logical sense, like this card said. For some of you, it's rekindling. So you could have someone who you released and now they're wanting to rebuild, and you're like, what the heck do I do? Do I want to move forward? Like maybe that's why you clicked on this reading. It's coming through very clear here. Love related. We have the Dreamer. So it's like a new adventure, a new beginning, a fresh start. Very interesting, a confident, fresh start. So this is what how you should start the process of moving forward. Follow your heart, not your logical brain, whatever this is, however it's resonating to you. Which emotions do you have to fully feel before moving forward? So we have the Hierophant, and this is interesting. What emotions do you need to fully feel before moving forward? And I feel like you need to feel, I feel like I'm looking at a past connection who's reconnecting. I can't get away from it. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. And so it could be that you have to feel through the emotions that someone who was your wish fulfillment, someone who you had a spiritual connection with, possibly hurt you. You know, they possibly ran from you. There was a reason that message stood so clearly out as a message, like, I've pushed you away, I've rejected you. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like you were that the seahorse can represent the lovers. It mentioned toxicity, you know, so it could have been that this person manipulated you. And maybe you have to feel that. Maybe you haven't felt that yet. Maybe you let this person go and started working on yourself and never really sat with the energy that this person hurt you. And I feel like now they're back to rebuild. You have to feel that. You have to deal with that. You have to talk about the running away. You have to talk about the ghosting. You have to talk about the manipulation that this person who was your wish fulfillment, you know, did to you or you did to them. And to me, it feels like you really have to sit with this, like someone you loved, someone you felt this Nine of Cups energy with, betrayed you and possibly damaged your ability to trust, you know? And geez, there's like a frog in my throat, which is symbolic of communication. It keeps coming back, especially when I tap into that energy of that person talking to you. This is not what happened in pile 1. But what I'm seeing is, you know, I do feel like it may make no logical sense to begin again with someone who hurt you and betrayed you and manipulated you and gaslit you and ran from you, whatever it was. I'm just shouting out the meanings of the Seven of Swords. And Spirit's saying you have to sit in that and see the lesson in it, see what it's taught you about yourself, you know? Very interesting reading, my friends. Something that is influencing your decisions. So what is influencing your decisions right now? We have Judgment. So it appears that you're having some type of an awakening. It could be that the opinion of others is, yeah, Three of Pentacles. It could be that the opinion of others is affecting the way you're viewing this moving on. I feel like this is moving on in a connection that has come back together, which is not what I thought would come out. Judgment. I feel the opinions of others is supporting your or affecting your decisions in this situation. I feel like possibly the opinions of your friends or the opinions of your parents. People saying like, why would you give that person another chance? Like after they hurt you, why? And you're like, I don't know, because my heart tells me to, you know? Judgment can also be the fact that you have awakened, you know, you're tapped into your higher self and your higher self is helping you make these decisions. And while they may not make sense to you, they make sense to your higher self. The other thing I'm hearing, something that is influencing your decision to move forward with this person is what I'm seeing, is that I feel like they have come back changed. I feel like they have come back and have taken accountability. This is in reverse, so it feels like this person is done playing games. But just because they're done playing games doesn't mean there's still not that fear there of them doing it again. And I feel like the fact that they've come back and they've taken accountability and they seem like they're different, renewal, you know, this person wants a renewal is what I'm seeing. Eight of Pentacles. That's also affecting your decision, you know, because now that they're saying everything you want them to say, your ego doesn't have a leg to stand on because your ego's trying to tell you there's, you know, get away from them. But your heart is telling you, no, there's something different here. Anyway, I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it. A quality you possess that will give you strength in moving forward. We have Six of Wands. And the Empress. Stop, you guys. Oh my gosh. You guys, I knew it. I knew I was getting counterpart reading. The minute that I read that message, I felt like I was a counterpart talking to an Empress. That's what I felt like. And we have the Empress. So right now, a quality you possess that will give you strength. You know you don't need to chase love. You know, what did I say? What did I say about this little freaking bear sitting on its backside, attracting abundance in? What did I say? Nine of Cups energy, or, you know, Empress energy, sitting there waiting for your abundance to come in. And that's the energy you're in right now, which is why this is happening. And I feel this is very interesting energy. We have the Four of Wands. So it feels to me like you have learned how to love yourself. You have learned how to accept yourself. You are in touch with your higher self. And I feel that it's helping you. It will help you through this rebuild. It will help you through this because you don't need this person to make you feel loved and seen anymore. Like that card said, I know you feel rejected, or I know, see my throat every time I, that's a sign. Every time I try and talk to you through your person, my throat starts acting up. Communication. Where's that book? I want to look at it one more time. Because in the past, I feel you did feel these things. Listen to this. You have felt incredibly lonely and at times rejected and unwanted. You have often wondered what is wrong with you. You know, this talks, I did everything I could to distract and distance myself. And now what's helping you is that you no longer need someone to help you feel complete. You no longer need someone to help you feel loved. You found that within yourself. It's here. You have found, I think you have union within. That's what I think. Empress and Four of Wands, you have found union within yourself. And that's what's helping you be so strong. I love it. I could eat this up if I was allowed to eat tarot cards. I mean, nobody's stopping me. I'm sure I could. Did you guys ever watch that? I think it was on TLC, like weird addictions, like people who eat like cotton balls and stuff. Interesting. The most important lesson I will learn from this experience. Let's see. What's the most important lesson you're learning from the experience? Knowing how to put up boundaries. Knowing what you deserve. You know? That's the most important lesson you're learning, is how to stand in your own power, how to be your true authentic self. You know your worth. You're tapped into your higher self. You know your worth. You're not afraid to put up boundaries. You're not afraid to be honest. It's beautiful. It's like you've learned how to protect your own heart, but not in a cold way. In a healthy way, you know? I want to get one more for this lesson. Knight of Swords, how to go after what you want, how to know what you're worthy of. For some of you, I'm hearing very specifically, we have the World on the bottom. So something this experience is teaching you is that I heard you don't have to chase what eludes you. Like, you don't have to chase what tries to run from you. You can attract things in. I feel like maybe there's some cycles you're breaking with the World card. There could be patterns and cycles that you have broken throughout this connection. Ace of Swords, clarity, truth. The thing that I was hearing is the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords have very similar characteristics with a difference. You know, the Knight of Swords can act really impulsively in an argument, really intense. Like maybe you have a pattern of reacting really intensely or reacting with intense words. You know, when someone's triggered, they'll say horrible things. I'm guilty of it. One thing I'm seeing you're learning is how to harness that energy as the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords doesn't allow it to come out in the intense, impulsive way. The Queen of Swords says, wait a minute, let me think about this. I know my truth. I know my worth, and I'm going to speak it clearly. It doesn't come from an impulsive place, you know? So you're learning how to not be so impulsive in your reactions, I'm hearing. Beautiful, my friends. That's just beautiful. Where is the wind taking you next? Zip! We have the Empress! Divine Feminine, and we have 10 of Pentacles. So my friend, very interesting. I'm seeing that's reconnection. That's putting a connection back together. So that's what I was feeling. I feel like this is you leaving behind a bad past with this person and building a new one. This is, I'm feeling a rebuild, reconnection. It's beautiful. And this shows you, this is bringing you into a very healthy, reciprocal relationship, healthy, sensual, whatever the Empress card says. 10 of Pentacles, long-term stability. You know, you and this person could put down roots. You could get a house. You could meet each other's kids if you both have kids. Maybe you have, like, you go on to have kids together. Meeting each other's family, I'm hearing. Not how I was expecting this reading to go. Honestly. The Empress, sensual, committed relationship, a supportive lover. See? And now that you know how to love yourself, you can be a supportive lover without losing yourself in it, if that makes sense. That's beautiful. Very clear message from Spirit for you today. Let's get one more for where the wind will take you. We have the Empress. We have the Star, wish fulfillment and healing, my friend. Beautiful. I knew there was a reason Spirit wanted me to get one more. That's why. Beautiful. That seemed almost too easy. And you know what I'm hearing is like, Kelly, it has not been easy. This has been a fucking journey. That's what I just heard. Like, it's not easy. All right, I'm going to get you affirmation cards. Just the fun little affirmator ones. Affirmator, however you pronounce it. We have Authenticity, Queen of Swords. Authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I will feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I will say it. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it, but at least they know it because I've said it. And that's way better than leaving a passive aggressive note about it. So yeah, the Knight of Swords maybe would be a little passive aggressive and intense. You're learning to sit with it, reflect it, and to speak from a place of truth and authenticity. Not impulsivity, whatever it is. We have perseverance, my friends. It seems you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it, you just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier. Blow off steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way, they're grunting and crying and cursing like freaking pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters. So feel your feelings, my friend. We have Follow Your Heart, which was your advice on how to move forward. I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust that the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes, and when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that it's because there's some cool stuff, some cool weird stuff to see along the way, and we have trust. And remember, the Seven of Swords. I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than to be a defensive wiener. And people who are unhealed are defensive wieners. I used to be one. And because of this card, it's so funny when I feel myself getting defensive, I say like, Kelly, you're being a defensive wiener, stop it. Anyway, lovely. And we'll just get you some, I think it was number cards that we were getting next, yes. You already had one fall into your reading, and I really feel the need to take it. Or just talk about it, it's truth. So let me get the little book that I've now covered up with my other books. Finding your true path in life, the higher self. Connecting to your higher self, period of powerful growth and transformation. Cycles come full circle. This is a sign from the universe to pay attention. The forces you feel may be attempting to guide you to a better understanding of yourself and your purpose. It often turns up in periods of intense personal development and growth, especially when it's time to make a life-changing decision. To make the best choice for you and your future, you need to tap into your spiritual side. What feeds your soul? Are you living truthfully? Let one chapter end and a new one begin. Beautiful. All right, so what do you need to hear? We have 3003, inspiration. We have 2713, mindfulness. Practice mindfulness. Practice thinking about things before you react. Remember, Knight of Swords, think before you act. Don't be impulsive. And we have 911, inevitability. Inevitability, there we go. If I look at it, and we have action on the bottom. So if someone hasn't taken action towards you, they are going to. All right. 300, well, 911 is right here, so we might as well just go backwards. Having faith in your instincts, accepting the inevitability of change, staying true to yourself, even as you grow and change, ditching bad habits, releasing past cycles. Change is a natural part of life. It may be time to let go of the past and embrace this new chapter. Yes! Trust your intuition and instincts. When you're in tune with your inner life, you can sense when it's time to make a change. Take what you've learned in this most recent chapter and carry it proudly into the next phase to come. You cannot control the circumstances, my Empress. You cannot control the circumstances, but you can control how you react to them. What did I say? Anyway, the universe is sending you the strength to do just that. So you're changing in the way you react to things. Beautiful. And 2713, I guess we're going backwards. So that's funny because this is about a reconnection. You could be like, well, I guess I'm going backwards to that past person. This is the time to truly focus on staying present and mindful. Notice everything that is working out for you and find ways to change anything that is not working for you. It's up to you to create a sturdy foundation to build that dream life upon. Your natural talents will be extra helpful with this reflective practice. Taking stock of your current situation, are you sick? Taking stock of your current situation, expressing your truest self, preparing for a solid future, 10 of Pentacles, staying present. So cool. Oh, and 3003 is the next one. Abundance of creative energy, feeling supported in your ventures, speaking your truth, actualizing your dreams. Your wish fulfillment is coming true here. Your creativity levels are positively surging. Your focus right now needs to be on where and how you want to express all that abundant, inspired energy. If you don't have an outlet for artistic expression already, seek one that suits your style. You have a beautiful and unique mind. Share it with the world. So, my friends, that was your reading. I hope it resonated. I didn't know what to expect. That's interesting. It's 119 here. 119911 could be symbolic. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me for another reading. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Take care of yourselves. Drink some water. I love you. Remember to hug yourself. You're amazing. And yeah, call it in, baby. Call in that abundance. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.